So we're here with Constantin Beier from the Aon Centre for Innovation and Analytics, and what takes you to the Web Summit?
The Web Summit is a tremendously international event. It's an event where you have thousands of people that are passionate about data and technology coming together, and it's in Dublin, and that's just exactly like us, the Aon Centre for Innovation and Analytics from Dublin.
And what kind of work are you guys doing in data analytics at the moment?
We are focused very much on analytics around risk and people. We are the world's preeminent provider of analytics in the field for insurance, for risk and people issues, especially around pension and human resources questions.
And at the moment, data analytics is a really big buzzword in tech. A lot of people are here talking about it today. What do you think are the greatest opportunities in that area?
Opportunities in that area, they're just gigantic. You know, it's kind of difficult where to start and where to end. I think the really interesting thing is that data analytics is a cross-sectional capability and field, that you can apply to so many areas, from social sciences to technology to business, and that's, I think, what makes it so attractive for many people to get into, because it's a really varied field, and where you also can apply, even though you're working with technology, you can work in a very creative manner.
And it's something that's been highlighted as like a career of the future for maybe people who are in school now and thinking of it as something that they can go on to do. Do you think that was going to apply, like years down the line, data is still going to be a big hot topic?
Yes, absolutely. It's something that's not going to go away. It's here to stay. And I think we're just actually at the beginning of the curve of a tremendous development. I think data and analytics has a potential to change many industries, even the society, without wanting to exaggerate. But it's quite stunning if you imagine where you can go, especially if you're looking at the amount of data that is being produced, captured, and transformed, which is ever increasing every day.
And that's true. And is there an issue then with data security and if you're collecting all this data, how do you make sure that it doesn't go somewhere that it's not meant to?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, data, I think you need to usually mention together in a word with trust, especially if you handle, other people's data, but also your own. You really need to make sure that you're following the rules, the guidelines, that you treat it security-wise, from a compliance point of view as well as from a technology point of view, with great care, and that's something that is also paramount to us.
And what are the kind of the key risk factors when you're dealing with data like you guys do?
Excuse me?
What would be the big risk factors that you guys have to be aware of when you deal with so much data?
Yeah, well, I think one key point is that you have your technology stack up to scratch. Your firewalls that you're doing penetration testing. You're watching that you don't have any unwanted intruders in your system, and I think that's one of the top priorities.
And there's an element of kind of human interference sometimes leads to a data breach. Is there training that you can do to enhance your own awareness of that kind of thing?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's not training. I think it's actually building a culture, which is an aspect that's much wider, to get it on people's minds. Training is certainly a starting point, but I think it's actually more educating people and creating an awareness and a sense for risks that go with security breaches.